well. It was a close call from Tainted Minds, as that demolition was a very crucial part of that play.
Yeah, a bit of a double standard there when it happens to Tainted Minds that get scored upon, but Lovedag's like, no, we cool.
We're all right. CGM just definitely deserved it after the saves he made. Now pushing through, Tainted Minds have another opportunity. That goes in front of Ned and Kami. Right around.
Yeah, what a great angle as well. Incredibly sharp, straight off the corner. Hard place to play from as well. Knowing how to take those shots is really what separates the good from the great.
I think we're missing a lot of great plays from Tainted Minds, but it is always a highlight play when you watch Tainted Minds score a goal.
Yeah, and it's good to see Kami is on point with these angles as well. It's a good indicator that as he warms up into the day, he is going to be terrifying.
Oh, what a fantastic pass. It's not done yet, however, Courier, as Kami is going to pass back. Jules off the backboard. No one up in time. Monty Connor, I'll take that back. He was. CGM now going to dribble up this left-hand side, and off the wing he goes, off the roof. Monty Connor passes the ball up. It's going to bounce back. He follows it himself. Adzi committing up for the ball. It's over the top of him. CGM is the one in defense. CJ commits. Ball getting played quite low in this series so far. Adzi, as I say that, everyone gets up for the ball. Monty Connor. CJ meeting halfway. Going for the challenge as Tainted Minds. They lead by 2 goals. 2 minutes 30 remaining.
Yeah, nearly getting that cheeky reset off the wall for the second touch. Not enough though, but the goal is potentially open. Good attempt from Jules.
We've seen some highlight plays from Jules before, as you may know by the beautiful highlight reel. It just has me screaming at the top of my lungs. 2 minutes remaining. Tainted Minds now in a very good position to take this to a 1-all in series of 3. CJM doesn't hit the backboard. This should go in, but defended by Adzi. Will now give the clear. Adzi with the touch. Does not meet the second one. Monty Connor looking to follow through, and does! CJ with the save, and there's some good saves coming out in this second game.
Yeah, Lovedag's unfortunately unable to follow up. Both players rotating, seeing the Tainted Minds defense looking so strong despite the fact that they broke through.
Spectacular touch off the backboard. Monty Connor met with CJ, and you've got to look at these blocks coming through. Jules with the save. Did I not just talk up the saves in game 2? I believe I did.
And they are coming out fast and strong. These guys are a team of medics.
We're going to have to repair some damage, Lovedex, after this game. 2-0, 1 minute 15. The setup now, Lovedex, opportunity arises. Touch from CJM. CJM, close enough. As CJM hits it off the roof of his car, now has to get back. Adzi in defense, the pass. Monty Connor missing the shot. CJM now recovers back, but it's given room and priority to Jules. Kami the pass down, but CJ is already back in action, back in the defense. Really recovering from his game 1 shenanigans. CJ now sets it up for Jules, and the third goal will not touch the net. But 45 seconds remaining career, and it looks like Tainted Minds, after this magnificent goal, will definitely take a game.
Yeah, locking it down now 3-0. They're in a position to really choke out and stranglehold the play. Their defense has been great, and thus, I think this could be over.
The second time he's done that though, Courier. The second time Kami in this series has taken a goal off the roof and played with a mechanical heart.
And then make it 4.
Yeah, don't know what a mechanical heart is, but hopefully Jules has one after that.
Dreams of electric sheep.
Unfortunate there, but Lovedex, I think the morale dropped a little bit this game. Tainted Minds coming back into the swing of things. But this is important for them because we said that every point matters, but getting a 2-1, although not as preferable as a 3-0, is better than losing out to Lovedex and thus putting Tainted Minds at a negative.
Yeah, after the end of this game, if they do secure this 4-0 or something similar, they will be at 7-7 game score. So it'll really be down to a best of 1 to decide if to next. Oh, what a dribble! Kami is on fire going for that hat trick.
PogChamp, holy moly, that was sexy. Tainted Minds. Again. What did I say, Courier? Let's talk highlight goals. Let's talk about sprucing up some OCE Rocket League. Why would we spruce it up when it's already at that level? Tainted Minds have got some good mechanical players.
Yeah, Kami, we've seen huge angled shots out of him last season, and now we're getting to see a side of dribbling, which hasn't normally been displayed.
This clock is going to count down to the end of Game 2 with Tainted Minds really outmaneuvering Lovedex. This series just had a whole new meaning for Tainted Minds. I was going to say, it's not up or shut up, but I guess I won't. Courier 1-all.
Talk about switching on. That first game, they were very hot and cold. Katy Perry would be very impressed, but now they are very hot with 12 shots to 4.
I was wondering how you're going to maneuver that one in your sentence. I was like, all right, we're Katy Perry now, are we? That's kind of a hystericism. You've picked up a hystericism.
You don't say that to somebody.
You do. You do now, especially on this broadcast. For those of you who don't know, hystericism is when I say something dumb. No, it's actually not. It's when I say something super clever, but no one gets the reference, or you don't know how you got to the reference, correct?
Yeah, it's formulaic as well. There's like a... We won't go through it now. We'll do like a...
Well, I started. That's fine. That's fair enough. Back onto the game, however, and Lovedeck's in a bit of a dire position because another loss here, or another 2-1, or not getting as many points as desirable, means that they do sit in the bottom of the pack with simple physics and with some other teams that are struggling to manage.
Yeah, they really need the win today as well. They don't have a huge number of opportunities against teams that you can comfortably beat.
Yeah.
Tainted Minds is going to be pretty much par for the course of the competition they're going against, and if they're struggling today, it's not going to get easier as the weeks go on.
But we want to see another game one. We want to see another game one Lovedecks where they were able to beat out Tainted Minds, where they're able to see the openings in those cracks of the defense.
They saw some openings. I mean, albeit the score was 5-3. It probably would have been a lot closer if it wasn't for Tainted Minds really opening up the goals a little bit too generously.
Yeah.
With the 3 freebies that came through. I think 1 could have been justifiable, taking the score to a pretty even 3-all.
We are about to jump into Game 3, however, and Tainted Minds have an opportunity here to keep themselves up high. But let's remember what's at stake. They take a loss here, Korea. They take a Game 3 loss. And they're negative. A top qualifying team will be negative.
Yeah, that would be really gross, especially with the aspirations they have too, knowing how much effort they've put in because they have stepped it up, playing in all the competitions, CJ doing all his streaming and working towards that as well, so you can actually get a showcase of what's going on.
Hang on. I mean, the streaming's good, and you get to scream, and like he was versing Yummy last night. That's what I saw. But CJ streaming might not be like the best thing to do before game. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, every day you're in the car is good practice.
Yeah. Wouldn't actually mind try doing this in my Commodore, to be quite honest. As Tainted Minds jump back on the pitch, Game 3. Some good passing plays. They're quite long, extensive, big words. Kami around this right wing. Jules now. There's a quick demolition in front of goal. What can be achieved as Monticona goes down? CJ now. Pop. Over to Kami. Long passes again. Maybe this is what beats Lovedecks.
Yeah, they're slowly getting choked out. All stuck on the left-hand side as well. Opened up from a huge pass, allowing them to just slowly strangle.
Oh, angles. Beautiful stuff. Tainted Minds coming out of the bats rolling. It's meant to be gates, but I've turned it to bats. And the cricket game will continue. 4:20. Lovedecks now. As I regret talking about time. Will now get a shot. Saved by CJ. Tainted Minds on the defensive, though. This is not what you want to see. Monticona clears it back away. Not the biggest clear either. Gets reached to before. And because Adzi came up to the ball, now for Tainted Minds, opportunity strikes.
Yeah, chasing out the defense. We are seeing Tainted Minds going for those shots where they're not only trying to go... See there, CJ stopping the defense, trying to go for the bumps, trying to get the demos, allowing the shot to be open.
Look at this. Starting off Game 3, Tainted Minds. Are we going to reminisce with Game 2, or are we just going to talk cold, hard facts?
Well, the first half of the minute was mostly Tainted Minds' favor, and they've been fast off the ground, so Lovedecks, they've got to change it up real quick.
Facts it is. Tainted Minds, 3:45 to hold off the roof, saved by Jules. Not done. CJM hitting this backboard. Kami should regain control, but Adzi hitting some good angles there. CGM recovers back, and Adzi now waiting in the net, still trying to push forward with this offense. And I don't know why I put a weird inflection on offense, but now Tainted Minds. That ball's going to be centered for them. Jules over the top.
Yeah, not quick enough, unfortunately. Lined up the shot, may have got the initial block in, but if you're passing it straight to your opponent, you're not really in a position to go for that high defense.
2-0. 3:30 remaining. Is this Lovedecks maybe cementing themselves down below the bottom four? This could be at this stage because it is going to be such a hard recovery when teams have played over 50% or at that 50% mark. Tainted Minds look to show who is the boss in this series. Game 1 may have started off a little bit weak, but Tainted Minds now pushing up again and still finding their third goal will be the next question. That might just put the nail in the coffin. That might just be it. CJ with the long pass, and this is really well played by Tainted Minds. It's slow in front of Lovedecks' net, but this is giving Tainted Minds more and more time.
which they afford to have. They can just keep spending it, trying to build the pressure. Lovedex unable to break out. We have seen great shots from Adzi and Monty Connor in this game alone, so they have the potential to score if Tainted Minds leaves another opening like game 1.
Touched off the roof by Monty Connor. Great pass over to CJM, but what does it amount to? A center, nothing else. Kami now with the touch. Bit of miscommunication from Tainted Minds members, but still regain control. Kami playing around a little bit here, but everyone commits up. And CGM gets a freebie.
That was the moment I was talking about. If they did open up their goals, allowing Lovedex to get it, they have the accuracy to pick these shots from across the pitch, be it clear or otherwise.
Tainted Minds, don't get cocky, because Lovedex will strike back. That's what we saw in game 1. As Pinocchio would say, we can't throw. Then his nose would grow. Because Lovedex can definitely find the opening here. They can definitely find a weakness of Tainted Minds. As good as their plays are on the setup, Lovedex still managed to defend.
Yeah, you got to give the Lovedex the respect. Whilst they may not have the best ladder positioning, they have some great shots, and they beat the Chiefs out last week, so they're not a force you can ignore.
CGM needed that second touch, or maybe he didn't. Adzi trying to hit it up in that upper 90. Australians know what degrees are. CJM, although New Zealander close enough. Monty Connor passing forward. Now over to the wing, CJ. This ball's going to be centered forward. CJM pushing it. This is important for Lovedex. They're running out of time. They need to find the aggressive play, but the demolition onto Adzi slows everything down. Tainted Minds know exactly what they're doing here. Adzi with the clear up. Over to Monty Connor. CGM, he's committing. Air all over to this corner. CJ now hits it down. CGM back. Really denied by Tainted Minds. Next goal could set it all up. Jules into Monty Connor. The save's there. Kami is going to hit the backboard. Jules waiting. A miss of the ball right now. Touch over to Kami. It's a nice touch, but CJM still strong in defensive. Bumped out of the way. Recovery now for Tainted Minds as they bring the ball back up. CJ off the wall. This is intense because right now, Lovedex, the next goal could bring them back into this series, could give them a positive. We've got a minute to decide.
Yeah, they did surrender the offense, but they've now opened up the goal. The follow-through nearly there. CJ not fast enough as Lovedex have got used to the pace at Tainted Minds play out and now challenging them in the air and on the ground.
40 seconds remaining. Tainted Minds clearing the ball away. CJM comes off the roof. This is the shot into the back of net, denied by CJ. Adzi here around the corner as well, looking for the second touch. Jules gets up to it first. 30 seconds to play with here for Lovedex. Monty Connor's up. This is the shot. Double tap to secure the tie.
Devoed when taking it out as well. Monty Connor having some great shots and finishing it off with an even better one. What a way to tie up a game. And if they can just follow through, the game is in their sights.
Monty Connor, what a goal to bring them back into this series. 25 seconds remaining. Series of 3, the absolute last game. Do we see it go into overtime? Are Tainted Minds threatened now by this New Zealander squad? Jules seems to think not, as he tries to hit the angle, and it's very, very close. Tainted Minds now on the verge. As they keep the ball down this side of the field, unable to be cleared. Lovedex now pushing the ball up. Over to Adzi. Everyone up. CJM looking to push aggressively as well. Tainted Minds are here. Jules for the last. It's open. There it is. Kami! Ah!
Oh, buddy. Passing the opportunity up. Both of them having the chance at that shot, and potentially, with the way Lovedex are playing this game, could lose it.
But now this is their opportunity, Korea. The upset. Tainted Minds saw that dark side and took a loss to simple physics. Will Lovedex do the same? You don't have to wait for a next episode. It's right here and now. Tainted Minds, as I clap my hands together. Akami looking for the angle. The aggression continues. CJ comes up. Jules as well. 30 seconds of pass in this overtime. Lovedex holding strong. This is their aggressive play. Going to be cleared immediately by CJ. Look at the spacing coming through from Lovedex. Can Tainted Minds find a weakness?
They have several times this game, finding those holes where Tainted Minds are overextending, and then Lovedex punishing them for it. It's definitely anyone's game.
Kami with the counter clear. Works out pretty favorably. Monty Connor off the corner. Trying to get creative with the setup here. Korea and I gritting our teeth, because this is a very big moment for Lovedex. Very big moment for Tainted Minds.
We are seeing Tainted Minds players starting to get in each other's ways. The trust of Jules disappearing, but it doesn't matter because CJ can finish it himself, taking the game out 3 for 2.
And luckily, Tainted Minds in the great mindset, or in the best mindset they could possibly be. And CJ with the setup. Well, CJ getting set up will keep Tainted Mind safe, but 2-1, and Lovedex pushing them to the edge.
And it's going to be an interesting next match as well because it has been so close. It really does showcase how it could be anyone's game. And CJ, again, the monster on the pitch with those 7 shots and securing the final goal.
Not just that, but I think Kami really had an impact in this series. I felt that, you know, Jules, because it's probably his last match of league play, had a great running. But for me, Kami was a standout.
Yeah, Kami was the obvious standout there. He had 7 goals across those 3 games, a huge player. CJM had a couple of big games as well, but not quite enough. And in the end, what I really saw between those 2 teams was just Lovedex didn't have the backboard defense. So even though their offense was fantastic, creative, they weren't able to prevent the goals from happening, and that's what lost them the series.
It makes sense, right? We saw so many opportunities where Jules took the shots at the backboard and kept missing, but they never got the clear, they never got control back, and he could keep trying until Kami came and was like, yeah, I got you, buddy.
But this was very unexpected because Lovedex did what Simple Physics... Lovedex almost did what Simple Physics did, and they almost took down a top team. Overtime in Game 3, where Lovedex find a double touch and send themselves into that position is still very impressive.
I still felt that Tainted Minds had control of Game 3. I don't think at that point that I was looking at Lovedex really taking out that game. And even in Game 1, it wasn't super convincing because Lovedex got a really quick lead. But then if you discounted that, it was a 3-2 to Tainted Minds. So they've still got work to do. Once they've got their defense, though, if they fix that up, they are a top team. They are a team that would beat Tainted Minds on a regular day.
So more like CJM, I guess, because CJM had some beautiful saves there. There's very close calls and pitching out of net.
It's not about in-game, in-net saves. They were good at it, all 3 of them, but they're just not worried about the backboard, and that's really hurting them at the moment.
Especially with these international teams that come off and use them so much. However, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be like Yummy Cheese Man or Tainted Minds, 2 very different people, you can go to ThrowdownEsports.com and sign up now for either the OCE Championship or our Throwdown Weekly Cups, which are available. We are going to have a 3-minute break, but when we return, more Rocket League action coming right at you.